There's a saying that goes, you don't rise to the occasion, you fall to the level of your training. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment or looking for the easy way out. It's about taking full ownership of your day, no excuses, no distractions, and no waiting around for someone to tell you how to do it. Every single day that you wake up, it's an opportunity. It's a chance to seize control of your destiny, to make your mark, and to move forward with purpose. You need to own your day like a boss, not because the world owes you anything, but because you owe it to yourself. Most people go through their days on autopilot. They let external forces dictate their actions and reactions. The weather, the traffic, the mood of the people around them. They let these things determine how their day unfolds. But that's not the way of a true leader. A true leader doesn't wait for the world to come to them. They go out and create the world they want to live in. They take full responsibility for their actions, their time, and the way they approach each and every moment. The first thing you have to realize is that your time is your most valuable asset. It's the one thing that you can never get back. When you waste your time, you're wasting your life. And that's not something you can afford to do if you're serious about mastering your day. You need to have a sense of urgency about how you spend your time. Understand that every minute counts. Every hour counts. Every day counts. Don't let your life slip through your fingers because you couldn't be bothered to take control. The first step to mastering your day is setting the tone for it. The way you wake up sets the tone for the rest of your day. If you wake up late, sluggish, and unmotivated, that's exactly how the rest of your day will unfold. But if you wake up with purpose, with energy, and with a clear intention of what you're going to achieve, the entire day becomes an extension of that mindset. It all starts with discipline. Discipline isn't just about sticking to a schedule, it's about doing what you said you were going to do, even when you don't feel like it. It's about showing up when it's hard, when you're tired, and when you'd rather be doing something else. Discipline is what separates those who talk about their dreams from those who actually achieve them. When you master your day, you're mastering your discipline. You're taking control of your time, and that's when you start to see real results. You might not feel motivated every single day. Motivation is fleeting, it comes and goes, but discipline is constant. It's the foundation of your success. And the more you cultivate it, the more you'll find yourself naturally taking action, even when you don't feel like it. When you take control of your day, you take control of your life. That's how you start to create real change. You set your intentions early, you follow through with discipline, and you measure your progress. It's not just about checking things off a to-do list, it's about consistently moving the needle toward the life you want to create. You don't need to get everything perfect. What matters is that you're making progress every day. Small, incremental progress. It all adds up in the end. Another key part of mastering your day is eliminating distractions. The world is full of distractions. Social media, emails, phone calls, random notifications. It's all designed to pull your attention away from what really matters. And if you let it, it will control you. You have to become ruthless with your time. You need to eliminate anything that takes you away from your goals. Block out the noise. Focus on what's important. Don't let anyone or anything derail you from your mission. Part of that means learning how to say no. You're not obligated to say yes to everything that comes your way. You need to protect your time like it's gold, because that's what it is. Saying no doesn't mean you're being rude or disrespectful. It means you're being strategic. It means you're focused on your priorities. If you're going to master your day, you have to be very intentional about how you spend your time. A lot of people waste their time chasing after things that don't matter. They're too focused on the short-term distractions, the things that provide instant gratification but don't lead to real success. You've got to have the long-term vision. It's not about getting quick wins, it's about putting in the work every day, day in and day out, to build something that will last. That's what separates those who are truly successful from those who are just playing the game. Success doesn't happen by accident. It happens because you make a conscious decision to be disciplined, to stay focused, and to commit to your goals. It's about waking up with intention, working hard, and pushing through when things get tough. It's about looking at every challenge as an opportunity to grow, rather than an obstacle to avoid. When you master your day, you're setting yourself up to conquer the long-term challenges that lie ahead. Now, don't get it twisted. Mastering your day doesn't mean you have to be working 24/7. It doesn't mean you have to burn yourself out or neglect your health and relationships. It's about balance. It's about knowing when to push and when to rest. When you're in your zone, give it everything you've got. But when it's time to take a break, take it. Rest, recharge, and come back stronger. Don't be afraid to take care of yourself. You can't perform at your best if you're running on empty. And let's talk about mindset. If you're going to master your day, you've got to have the right mindset. That means taking ownership of your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. Stop letting negative thoughts control you. Stop letting your circumstances define you. Your mind is your most powerful tool, and if you can learn to control it, you can achieve anything. When you wake up every day, you've got to have the right frame of mind. You've got to tell yourself, today is going to be a great day. I'm going to make the most of it. Your mind is a muscle. And like any muscle, it gets stronger the more you use it. If you start your day with positive affirmations, if you start your day with gratitude, you set yourself up for success. You're putting yourself in the right mental state to take on whatever challenges come your way. But the key is consistency. You can't just have a positive mindset for one day and expect things to change. You've got to show up every day, even when you don't feel like it. You've got to keep that mindset strong, even when life gets tough. That's what makes you a boss, being able to stay focused, stay positive, and keep moving forward no matter what. Another important part of mastering your day is surrounding yourself with the right people. You've got to have a support system that lifts you up, not brings you down. The people you associate with have a direct impact on your energy, your mindset, and your overall success. If you're surrounded by negativity, by people who are complacent or toxic, it's going to be hard for you to stay focused and motivated. But if you surround yourself with people who are hungry, who are committed to their own success, that energy becomes contagious. Your network is a reflection of who you are. If you want to level up, you need to be around people who are doing the same. Don't be afraid to distance yourself from people who drain you, from people who don't align with your goals. You don't have to be rude about it, but you do need to be intentional about who you spend your time with. At the end of the day, mastering your day is about mastering yourself. It's about taking responsibility for your time, your actions, and your mindset. It's about showing up every single day, committed to doing whatever it takes to get closer to your goals. It's about having the discipline to do the work, the focus to eliminate distractions, and the mindset to keep pushing forward no matter what. It's not easy, but nothing worthwhile ever is. But if you commit to mastering your day, you're committing to mastering your life. And that's the kind of decision that will lead to greatness. Time is the one resource that you cannot buy back. Once it's gone forever. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, yet how we use those hours determines the course of our lives. How you choose to spend your time is directly linked to how successful and fulfilled you will be. The notion of owning your time is not just about managing a calendar or filling your day with tasks. It's about taking full responsibility for how you live each moment, each hour, and each day. When you own your time, you are, in essence, taking ownership of your life. Too many people go through life as if time is an infinite resource, letting it slip through their fingers without recognizing its true value. They wake up to the same routine every day, letting external forces dictate how their time is spent. They're reactive instead of proactive, moving through life without ever truly deciding where they want to go or how they want to get there. This mindset is what leads to regrets, missed opportunities, and the feeling that life is passing them by. To own your time means to stop being a passive participant in your own life. It means becoming intentional with every minute of your day. Whether it's working towards a goal, spending time with family, or simply taking time to recharge, owning your time is about ensuring that every choice you make serves a purpose that aligns with your values and long-term objectives. It's about not wasting time on things that don't matter or letting other people's priorities take precedence over your own. The first step to owning your time is understanding that time is limited. Once you truly grasp this, you start to view time differently. You no longer have the luxury of wasting it or letting it slip by unnoticed. Think about this: every time you say yes to something, you are saying no to something else. Time is a series of choices, and each choice you make affects your future. If you're saying yes to things that don't contribute to your bigger picture, you're unknowingly sabotaging your future self. We live in a world filled with distractions. The constant ping of notifications, the noise of social media, and the pressure to always be available can make it feel like time is slipping away faster than we can keep up. But this is where owning your time truly matters. You have to recognize these distractions for what they are: time thieves, and learn to manage them effectively. This doesn't mean you have to cut out all social media or stop answering your emails, but it does mean you need to take control of your attention. Instead of mindlessly scrolling through your phone or responding to every email the moment it comes in, you need to decide when you'll engage with these things and when you'll focus on what matters most. Mastering your time is not just about eliminating distractions, it's about creating the time and space for what truly matters. The most successful people don't just work hard, they work with purpose. They prioritize their most important tasks and focus on them without being constantly pulled in different directions. This kind of focus doesn't happen by accident, it requires discipline and intention. If you want to own your time, you must be willing to prioritize and make tough decisions about how you allocate your energy. Time ownership also means saying no to things that don't align with your goals. For many people, this is one of the hardest things to do. We're social creatures, and there's often pressure to say yes to every invitation, every opportunity, and every request. But not all of these things are worthy of your time. In fact, many things that seem urgent or appealing in the moment are just distractions that prevent you from focusing on what's important. Learning to say no is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. It's about protecting your time, your energy, and your focus so you can invest them in the things that will truly move the needle in your life. Owning your time also means setting boundaries. In our always connected world, it's easy to let work or other obligations creep into every aspect of our lives. If you're always available, always answering emails, always putting out fires, you'll never have the mental space to focus on your long-term goals. Boundaries are essential for maintaining balance. This might mean setting specific work hours, turning off notifications when you need to focus, or creating time for yourself to unwind and recharge. By setting boundaries, you're communicating to yourself and to others that your time is valuable and that you take your priorities seriously. The way you begin your day sets the tone for everything that follows. If you wake up late, rush through your morning, and start your day feeling frazzled, chances are your time will be scattered and unproductive. But when you take control of your mornings, you set yourself up for success. A solid morning routine can help you start the day with energy and focus. It could involve anything from a workout, meditation, reading, or planning your day. The key is to find something that grounds you, something that helps you get centered before the world starts demanding your attention. Another important aspect of owning your time is tracking it. If you don't know how you're spending your time, how can you expect to manage it effectively? Many people underestimate how much time they waste on activities that don't add value to their lives. Tracking your time for a week or two can be a powerful exercise. It helps you identify where your time is going and where you might be wasting it. Are you spending hours scrolling through social media? Are you getting caught up in unnecessary meetings or conversations? Once you have a clear picture of how you're spending your time, you can start making more informed decisions about how to use it better. Owning your time also means investing in yourself. We often think of time as something we give to others, our boss, our family, our friends, but we forget that we deserve time too. Time to rest. Time to rest. Time to grow. Time to pursue our own dreams. By investing time in yourself, you're ensuring that you're operating at your best, which in turn helps you serve others and achieve your goals. Whether it's through learning new skills, getting better at your craft, or simply taking time for self-care, investing in yourself is an essential part of taking ownership of your time. One of the biggest obstacles to owning your time is the fear of missing out, FOMO. The fear of missing out on an opportunity, a social event, or an experience can lead us to overcommit and stretch ourselves too thin. We say yes to everything because we don't want to feel left behind. But in doing so, we dilute our time and energy, and we end up doing a lot of things poorly instead of focusing on a few things that matter most. It's important to recognize that saying no to certain things doesn't mean you're missing out. It means you're choosing to focus on something that aligns more closely with your goals and values. When you own your time, you're not worried about missing out on things. You're more concerned with making sure that the things you do are in line with the life you want to create. The truth is, when you own your time, you also own your success. People who are intentional with their time are the ones who make progress toward their goals, the ones who see their dreams become reality. Time is the foundation on which success is built. The way you use your time will determine how far you go in life, how much you achieve, and how fulfilled you feel. Every choice you make, every minute you spend, is either bringing you closer to your goals or taking you further away from them. When you take control of your time, you are telling yourself that your life matters, that your dreams are worth pursuing, and that you are in charge of your destiny. Time is not something that happens to you, it's something you actively shape. The way you own your time reflects the way you value yourself and your potential. Time is your most precious asset, and when you treat it with respect, you're telling the world that you are serious about making your mark. The act of owning your time is also an act of self-respect. It's about recognizing your worth and ensuring that you're not giving away your time to things that don't align with who you are or where you want to go. People who own their time are intentional with how they spend it, and as a result, they're able to create more meaningful, impactful, and successful lives. Time is the one thing we all have, yet it's often the one thing we take for granted the most. By owning your time, you take ownership of your life. It's your decision how you want to live, and it's your responsibility to make every minute count. Time doesn't wait for anyone, and the clock keeps ticking whether you're ready or not. But when you choose to own your time, you stop waiting for life to happen to you. You take control of the narrative and start making the most of the time you have. So ask yourself, how will you use your time today? The choices you make today will determine the life you live tomorrow. If you want to live a life of purpose, achievement, and fulfillment, then start by owning your time. Because when you own your time, you truly own your life. Discipline is the cornerstone of achievement. It's the silent force that propels individuals forward, even when motivation wanes, when distractions pull, and when the road seems difficult. Discipline is not just about following rules or maintaining order. It's about the ability to consistently take purposeful action toward your goals, regardless of how you feel in the moment. It's about doing the hard work even when it doesn't feel glamorous, about sticking to your plan when no one is watching. Discipline is the muscle of success. Without it, even the best ideas, the most passionate dreams, and the highest ambitions are little more than empty words. At its core, discipline is the ability to delay gratification in favor of long-term success. In a world where instant results are often expected, where the temptation to take shortcuts or find the easiest path is ever present, discipline is the practice of choosing the right path, the one that may require more effort now, but will ultimately lead to the fulfillment of your greater purpose. It's the ability to say no to the things that are fun or easy in the moment in order to say yes to the things that will help you grow, improve, and succeed. What separates those who achieve greatness from those who settle for mediocrity is the ability to maintain discipline in the face of adversity. Think about the people who are truly successful in any field, whether they're entrepreneurs, athletes, artists, or leaders. They didn't get there by accident. They got there because they developed the discipline to keep moving forward, even when the road was tough, even when things weren't going according to plan. Their success didn't come from motivation alone. Motivation is fleeting, it's a spark that ignites action, but it's discipline that keeps the fire burning. Discipline begins with a vision. It starts with knowing exactly what you want and why you want it. You cannot be disciplined without a clear sense of purpose. It's that purpose that drives you to stay the course, even when the world tries to pull you in different directions. If you don't know what you're working toward, it's easy to lose focus, to give in to distractions, or to allow yourself to be swayed by temporary setbacks. Your vision provides the fuel for your discipline. It gives you a reason to push through the tough times, a reason to keep moving forward when it feels easier to quit. The practice of discipline also requires an ability to make decisions based on long-term rewards rather than immediate pleasure. It's about prioritizing what's important over what's urgent, recognizing that the results you want won't come overnight. People who lack discipline often fall prey to the allure of instant gratification. They want to see results right away, so they look for shortcuts or take the easy way out. But those shortcuts often lead to dead ends, or worse, they can leave you further behind than where you started. True discipline means resisting that temptation for quick wins and doing the work that is necessary to achieve sustainable success. One of the most powerful aspects of discipline is that it turns dreams into reality. A dream is an idea, a wish, a desire, but without discipline, it remains just that, an idea. It's discipline that brings your vision to life. Discipline allows you to break down large, overwhelming goals into manageable steps, and it forces you to show up every day to take those steps. It's what keeps you going when you don't feel like it, when the passion fades, and when the initial excitement wears off. Discipline requires consistency, and it's that consistency that compounds over time to create massive results. A disciplined person understands that success isn't an event, it's a process. It's a daily, sometimes hourly, commitment to doing what's necessary, even when it's hard. Discipline means being willing to do the work when no one is looking, when the reward is far in the distance, and when it feels like no progress is being made. But the key to mastering discipline is recognizing that every small action counts. Every workout, every piece of work you put into your craft, every small effort toward your goal adds up. These efforts may seem insignificant at first, but over time they build momentum. Success isn't the result of one grand gesture, it's the accumulation of countless disciplined actions over days, months, and years. One of the biggest obstacles to developing discipline is the temptation to compare yourself to others. It's easy to look at someone else's success and wonder why you're not there yet, but that kind of thinking is a trap. Everyone has their own timeline, and your journey is unique. Discipline is about focusing on your own path and staying committed to your goals, regardless of what others are doing. Comparison only serves to distract you from the work that needs to be done. When you're disciplined, you focus on your own growth and progress. You don't need external validation to keep going. Your commitment to your vision is all the motivation you need. Discipline also requires an unwavering commitment to the process, not just the outcome. It's easy to get caught up in the idea of success, in the dream of what you want to achieve. But success is not a destination, it's a journey. The process of getting there is where the real value lies. Discipline is about committing to the work, no matter how small or mundane it may seem. It's about putting in the hours, doing the repetitive tasks, and honing your craft day after day. Over time, the results of this commitment begin to show. The discipline you practice today will create the opportunities, the skills, and the character you need tomorrow. In addition, discipline is about self-control. It's the ability to say no to impulses, to resist temptations that could derail you from your goals. In a world full of distractions and temptations, learning to control your impulses is essential for success. Whether it's resisting the urge to procrastinate, saying no to things that are not in alignment with your goals, or avoiding the distractions that can pull you off track, self-control is a key component of discipline. It's the ability to make the right choices when the easy choice is staring you in the face. When you develop self-control, you gain control over your life. You stop being a slave to your emotions, your environment, and your circumstances, and you take charge of your own destiny. Mastering discipline also involves setting clear boundaries. Boundaries are what protect your time and energy. Without boundaries, distractions will creep in and your focus will be fractured. Discipline is about saying no. to things that don't align with your vision, even if those things seem appealing in the moment. For instance, when you're focused on building your business, you may have to say no to social events, unnecessary meetings, or other distractions that could pull you away from your work. Setting boundaries is about making space for what truly matters and removing the things that don't. It's also essential to recognize that discipline is not a one-time decision. It's a muscle that must be developed and exercised regularly. Like any other skill, discipline requires practice. You won't wake up tomorrow and be perfectly disciplined, but every day you make the choice to act with purpose and focus, you build that muscle. The more you exercise your discipline, the stronger it becomes until it becomes second nature. And once discipline becomes second nature, it's almost as if success becomes inevitable. But discipline is not just about pushing through the difficult moments. It's also about developing a mindset that allows you to stay resilient in the face of setbacks. Everyone will encounter obstacles along the way: failures, mistakes, missed opportunities. But what separates those who ultimately succeed from those who don't is the ability to keep going when things get tough. Discipline means learning from your failures, picking yourself up after you fall, and continuing to move forward. It's the persistence to keep going even when the results don't come immediately. Those who are disciplined understand that setbacks are part of the journey, not a reason to quit. They don't let failures define them, they let them refine them. Finally, discipline requires accountability. It's not enough to set goals and make plans, you have to hold yourself accountable for following through. Accountability keeps you honest and committed to your promises, even when the going gets tough. Whether it's through tracking your progress, sharing your goals with someone who can hold you responsible, or having a set of personal systems that keep you on track, accountability ensures that you stay committed to your path. It forces you to take responsibility for your actions and reinforces the importance of maintaining your discipline. In the end, discipline is the foundation of success because it allows you to stay focused on your goals, even when the world tries to distract you. It provides the structure and consistency necessary to turn dreams into reality. Success is not about luck or talent, it's about the decisions you make every day, the habits you build, and the discipline you cultivate. When you make discipline a core part of who you are, you create the opportunity for long-term growth, achievement, and fulfillment. Discipline may not always be easy, but it is always worth it. The results speak for themselves. Success, no matter how you define it, begins with the discipline to do what needs to be done, no matter what. In today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, distractions are everywhere. Whether it's the constant barrage of notifications on your phone, the endless stream of emails, or the temptations of social media, staying focused has become increasingly difficult. It seems like the more technology advances, the more distractions we have. And yet, the most successful people, those who achieve greatness, are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who have mastered the art of focus. They've learned to eliminate distractions, prioritize what matters most, and stay on task even when the world tries to pull them in different directions. Distractions are like a fog that clouds our judgment and keeps us from seeing the path ahead clearly. They pull us away from our purpose, drain our energy, and steal our time. To be successful, to truly move forward in life, you have to learn how to see through that fog and stay focused on the road ahead. But focus isn't something that comes naturally in a world full of noise. It requires deliberate practice, intentional decisions, and the development of habits that protect your time and energy. The first step in eliminating distractions is acknowledging the fact that distractions are inevitable. No matter how disciplined or focused you are, you can't completely eliminate every distraction from your life. What you can do, however, is control your reaction to them. Instead of trying to avoid distractions entirely, which is almost impossible, you must learn how to manage them and make conscious decisions about where to direct your attention. One of the biggest challenges to focus is the way modern technology has rewired our brains. We live in an age where we can access anything anytime, from anywhere. The constant stream of information has trained our brains to expect immediate gratification and instant responses. If we're not careful, we can fall into the trap of constantly jumping from one thing to another, never fully committing to any one task. This is often called task switching or multitasking, and it's been shown to significantly decrease productivity. The human brain was not designed to focus on multiple things at once. In fact, research has shown that multitasking can actually make us less efficient, as it forces our brain to constantly shift its attention between tasks, leading to mistakes and a lack of depth in our work. To combat this, you must learn how to single task. Single tasking means giving your full attention to one task at a time, without jumping from one thing to the next. This approach allows you to work more efficiently, be more present in the moment, and produce better results. To do this, you have to create an environment that minimizes distractions and allows you to focus on the task at hand. This might mean turning off your phone, closing irrelevant tabs on your computer, or setting aside specific blocks of time where you can work uninterrupted. The idea of working without distractions also extends to the people around you. If you're constantly interrupted by coworkers, friends, or family members, staying focused becomes nearly impossible. While you can't always control other people's behavior, you can take proactive steps to minimize interruptions. This might mean setting boundaries with the people around you, such as letting them know when you need uninterrupted work time, or creating physical boundaries like working in a separate space or using noise-canceling headphones. The key is to communicate your need for focus and create an environment that supports it. It's also essential to recognize the types of distractions that are most likely to derail your focus. We all have our own individual weaknesses when it comes to distractions. For some, it's the lure of social media. For others, it's an overwhelming email inbox or the urge to check their phone every few minutes. These distractions are often fueled by habits that we've developed over time without realizing their impact on our ability to focus. If you want to stay focused, you need to break these habits and replace them with behaviors that align with your goals. One way to eliminate distractions is to schedule specific times for them. For example, if you find yourself constantly checking your phone or browsing social media, it can be helpful to set designated times during the day when you allow yourself to indulge in those distractions. This might mean setting aside 15 minutes in the morning to scroll through social media or checking emails at specific intervals throughout the day. By scheduling these activities, you create boundaries around them so they don't bleed into your work time. The key is to be intentional with your distractions rather than letting them control you. Another powerful tool for staying focused is the use of deep work. Deep work refers to the state of focus where you can produce your best, most meaningful work without distractions. This is the opposite of shallow work, which involves low-value tasks that don't require much cognitive effort. Deep work requires you to eliminate everything that could potentially pull you away from the task and focus solely on the work at hand. This might mean turning off your phone, blocking distracting websites, or even working in a location where there are no distractions. The idea is to carve out uninterrupted blocks of time where you can immerse yourself fully in the work you're doing. To cultivate deep work, you must also be willing to protect your time and guard it fiercely. In a world where everyone expects to have constant access to you, it's easy to let other people's priorities take precedence over your own. But if you want to achieve greatness, you have to recognize that your time is valuable and that you need to protect it. This means saying no to things that aren't aligned with your goals, even if they seem important in the moment. It also means being unapologetic about your need for focus. If someone asks for your time or attention, you need to evaluate whether or not it's a worthwhile investment of your energy. Equally important to eliminating distractions is the ability to manage your energy. Distractions don't just come from external sources, they can also be internal. For example, stress, fatigue, and mental clutter can all interfere with your ability to stay focused. If you're not taking care of your physical and mental health, your capacity for concentration will diminish. To stay focused, you need to make sure you're prioritizing your well-being. This means getting enough sleep, eating nutritious foods, exercising regularly, and managing stress. The healthier and more energized you are, the easier it will be to stay focused on the task at hand. Additionally, you should practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the ability to be present in the moment and fully engaged in whatever you're doing. It helps you tune out distractions and develop the mental discipline to stay on task. Mindfulness can be cultivated through meditation, breathing exercises, or simply being more aware of your thoughts and emotions throughout the day. By practicing mindfulness, you can train your mind to stay present and focused, even when distractions arise. Another effective strategy for eliminating distractions is time blocking. Time blocking involves scheduling specific blocks of time during the day for different tasks or activities. This technique allows you to allocate your time more effectively and ensures that you're focusing on the right things at the right times. By creating a structured schedule, you reduce the chances of getting distracted by tasks that are not a priority. Time blocking also helps you track your progress and ensures that you're dedicating enough time to your most important tasks. When you're in the flow of focused work, it can feel almost effortless. This is the state of flow that many successful people talk about, the moment when you're fully immersed in what you're doing and time seems to slow down. Achieving this state of flow requires a combination of focus, skill, and challenge. The task at hand needs to be challenging enough to hold your attention, but not so difficult that it causes frustration. When you're in flow, distractions seem to fade away. The world around you disappears, and you're able to focus entirely on the task at hand. One of the biggest barriers to focus is the feeling of overwhelm. When you have too many things on your plate, it's hard to know where to start, and this can lead to procrastination or distraction. To overcome this, it's important to break down your tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. Instead of focusing on the big picture, focus on the next step. This makes it easier to stay on track and avoid feeling overwhelmed by the sheer volume of work. Prioritizing your tasks can also help you focus on what's most important, so you're not distracted by less meaningful activities. Finally, remember that focus is a skill, and like any skill, it requires practice. The more you practice staying focused, the easier it becomes. It's not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. Every time you catch yourself getting distracted and bring your attention back to the task at hand, you're strengthening your ability to focus. Over time, this practice will become second nature, and you'll be able to stay focused for longer periods, produce higher quality work, and achieve more in less time. In the end, the key to staying focused in a world full of distractions is creating an environment and mindset that protects your time and energy. It's about being intentional with your attention, learning to recognize what pulls you off course, and actively working to stay on track. By eliminating distractions, managing your energy, and practicing focus regularly, you can unlock your true potential and achieve the success you've always dreamed of. Focus is not a luxury, it's a necessity for those who want to make an impact in their lives and the world around them. Your mindset is the lens through which you view the world. It shapes how you interpret events, challenges, and opportunities. More than just a collection of thoughts or attitudes, your mindset is the driving force behind your behavior, your actions, and ultimately the results you achieve in life. In fact, mindset plays such a fundamental role in shaping the trajectory of your life that it can determine the very path you take. How you think about yourself, your abilities, and the world around you shapes the choices you make, and those choices over time define who you become and what you achieve. The most powerful tool you have at your disposal is the way you choose to think about your life and your circumstances. While you can't always control the events that happen to you, you can control how you respond to them. This response is shaped by your mindset. People with a growth mindset, for example, see challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, while those with a fixed mindset may see obstacles as signs that they're not capable or that they should give up. A growth mindset then doesn't just influence your attitude, it shapes your actions, the risks you're willing to take, and your resilience when things don't go as planned. A fixed mindset, on the other hand, holds that our abilities, intelligence, and talents are static traits that cannot be changed. Those with a fixed mindset may avoid challenges, give up easily when faced with adversity, or believe that effort is futile if they're not immediately successful. They may shy away from hard work, thinking that if they don't succeed right away, they must not have the ability to do so. The fixed mindset leads to stagnation, while the growth mindset is a catalyst for progress. People with a growth mindset understand that skills and abilities are developed through dedication, practice, and perseverance. They know that failure isn't a permanent state, but merely a stepping stone on the path to mastery. Your mindset determines how you approach your goals. If you have a growth mindset, you're more likely to view setbacks as part of the learning process. You'll approach obstacles with the belief that you can overcome them with effort and persistence. On the other hand, if you have a fixed mindset, setbacks might discourage you. You might see them as indications that you're not cut out for success or that your talents are limited. This belief system can cause you to quit before you've even had the chance to push through the initial struggles that often precede breakthroughs. Having a growth mindset doesn't mean you won't face challenges or setbacks, but it does mean that you will approach them with a sense of curiosity and determination. It's the understanding that success is not a destination, but a journey, and that learning and growth happen over time. It's about embracing the process, not just the outcome. People with a growth mindset don't wait for opportunities to come to them, they seek them out and create them. They believe that their abilities are not defined by their past experiences or limitations, but by the effort and persistence they put into improving themselves every day. Mindset also plays a critical role in how we perceive and react to failure. Many people fear failure because they believe it is a reflection of their inadequacy or a sign that they will never succeed. This fear of failure can paralyze people, causing them to avoid taking risks, trying new things, or pursuing their dreams. A growth mindset, however, views failure as an essential part of the learning process. Instead of seeing failure as something to avoid, people with a growth mindset see it as an opportunity to adjust their approach, learn from their mistakes, and grow stronger. This difference in perception can be the deciding factor between someone who keeps moving forward and someone who gives up after a setback. A growth mindset enables you to take calculated risks and venture outside your comfort zone because you understand that failure is not an end point, it's just a temporary detour. If you fall down, you get back up. If you stumble, you adjust and keep moving. This kind of thinking fosters resilience. And resilience is often what separates those who succeed from those who don't. Life isn't about avoiding failure, it's about knowing how to bounce back from it and keep going no matter what. The power of mindset also influences how you perceive and react to success. Someone with a fixed mindset may feel threatened by the success of others because they believe success is limited and finite. They may see someone else's accomplishments as a reflection of their own inadequacy. On the other hand, people with a growth mindset celebrate the success of others, seeing it as proof that success is possible and that their own success is also within reach. They're inspired by others' achievements and use them as motivation to push themselves further, rather than seeing them as evidence that they're falling behind. A growth mindset is particularly crucial in the face of adversity. When life doesn't go as planned, when things get tough, when obstacles arise, or when things don't turn out the way you hoped, your mindset can either lift you up or tear you down. Those who operate with a fixed mindset are often quick to make excuses, blame others, or become discouraged. In contrast, those with a growth mindset ask themselves, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this experience? This shift in perspective doesn't just change how you feel about challenges, it changes how you act in the face of them. Instead of retreating, you charge forward, armed with the belief that growth is possible and that you are capable of finding a way through. The power of mindset is also evident in how we approach relationships. If you have a fixed mindset, you might view people as either good at something or not good at something, and you may believe that a person's character or potential is set in stone. This mindset can limit the depth and richness of your connections with others because you're viewing them through a narrow lens. In contrast, someone with a growth mindset sees people as being capable of change, growth, and development. They believe that everyone has the ability to improve and evolve, and they approach relationships with the understanding that growth is a mutual, ongoing process. This perspective fosters a sense of empathy, support, and collaboration. Rather than viewing challenges in relationships as insurmountable obstacles, a growth mindset sees them as opportunities for deeper understanding, communication, and connection. The power of mindset is not just something that influences individuals, it impacts entire organizations, teams, and cultures. A team that operates with a collective growth mindset is one that embraces challenges, shares knowledge, supports one another, and works together to overcome obstacles. In these environments, people are more willing to take risks, ask for help, and admit when they don't have all the answers. They view failure as part of the process and treat mistakes as learning opportunities rather than sources of shame or blame. This culture of growth fosters innovation, creativity, and progress because everyone is committed to learning and improving together. In contrast, a team with a fixed mindset may operate with a divide and conquer mentality, with individuals competing against one another rather than collaborating. People may be afraid to share ideas, make mistakes, or take risks for fear of judgment or failure. When you begin to understand the role of mindset, you start to see how deeply it shapes your life. It influences your goals, your actions, your reactions, and even the way you perceive the world. The difference between a person who is stuck and someone who is thriving often comes down to their mindset. It's not about being lucky or being born with special talents. It's about having the mental framework to keep moving forward, to embrace challenges, and to continuously improve. When you have a growth mindset, you can look at any challenge or setback as an opportunity for growth, not as a reason to give up. You can see opportunities where others see obstacles, and you can push past limitations that might otherwise hold you back. A mindset that is focused on growth is a mindset that continually seeks to evolve, to push beyond boundaries, and to move towards new possibilities. It allows you to see the potential for improvement in every situation and every person. It allows you to step outside your comfort zone and take on challenges that once seemed impossible. It allows you to persevere through adversity, knowing that there is always something to be learned along the way. Your mindset is the compass that directs your actions, and the path you take will always be determined by the way you think about your life, your abilities, and the world around you. Your mindset is the key that unlocks your potential. It determines the limits you place on yourself, the heights you're willing to reach, and the resilience you demonstrate when things don't go according to plan. It shapes how you view your goals and your ability to achieve them. In the end, your mindset is the foundation on which everything else is built. And if you can shift your mindset to one of growth, possibility, and resilience, you will have the power to change not only your path, but your entire life.